Okay, we're talking about a revolution. Dancing. The dancing, connecting kind of love, aren't we? Remember? We're doing three kinds of love, three hearts, outside love, daytime love, what we see. I mean, I know the feelings and emotions are inside us, but we tend to get triggered from the outside, right? That white kind of love is everything on the outside triggers us. And so if it's beautiful, we feel beautiful. If it's ugly, we feel ugly. And certainly the world is designed like that, and that's a fabulous thing. But what you start to realize that the deep kind of love, the black love, number two kind of love, right, is that you actually can turn all these buttons on and turn all these dials, and you can mobilize the oxytocin, the vagal nerve, and all the fabulous neurotransmitters and biochemistry, and you can actually trigger it from the inside and feel that connection, that sacredness, liberation, and belonging, because you get connected with self and soul, right? So in this kind of love, oh boy, there's a wind coming. See the wind? They want us to dance. So this is the third kind of love. First one was just emotions. We're just talking about emotions, basically. I'm being very crude and saying that's the white kind of love that we're all familiar with. Hollywood, you know, in our relationships and family of origin. And it's fabulous stuff, right? Don't get me wrong. White kind of love, to have white kind of love and no other kind of love, that's still, you won the lottery, okay? But the deeper kind of love, we're talking about black, and we're talking about now psyche. We were talking about, I'm just calling it psyche, that inner home that we have, right? Our home, our heart. Do you like my t-shirt? This is about acceptance. This is about where we get to when we dial in with psyche. We can actually feel our mind and our soul connected, right? And our body, mind, soul system now is starting to go like this, because we're not just a heart and just a mind and just a body. No, no, no. This is built. This is systemic, integrative, holistic, simultaneous co-arising of fabulousness. And we know how that we can get to the gym of each, the gym of the mind, the gym of the body. We're all familiar with the gym of the body, but we can go up that pyramid, people, right? Remember, we've got our pyramid, body, the mind is at the top, but the soul is in the middle, or the heart is in the middle. We're going up. The more you go up that pyramid, the more warmth you feel, the more presence you feel, the more joy you feel, right? Now, I don't want to say that, you know, once you're into the black, the deep kind of love, that you don't have any time for the white. No, it's fabulous. We want to be friend the white kind of love. Then we need to go into the nighttime and be able to create that deep, deep, resonant understanding of our role in society, of why we're here. We're here to bring it, right? We're here to bring the warmth, the presence, the love, the trust. But we got to get connected first with self, and we talked about that with our psyche, right? So then the system starts to work, and then the symptoms start to go in our body and our mind and our soul. And so then the third kind of love we're talking about is connection. And I'm calling it connection only because, and this is the red kind of love, right? We talked about daytime, nighttime, and then on either end there is that, ooh, we love to watch the sunrise. We'll get up early. If we're traveling, we do anyway. If we're journeying on the inside, we want to be down there for that sun coming up. And the sun going down too is just equally, just draws us into this presence and quiet and this awe, right? It's sort of, oh yes, you know, this is so beautiful. So when we're able to have access to that, and we have lots of daytime love and nighttime love, right? Now we're talking about the reddening. This is where our blood starts to move. You know, it's like, this is like a light pink blood. This is a pretty, it's a dark, it's a red, right? And this is now deep red. It's starting to ooze out of your nose, your eyes, your presence. You feel so dialed in with it. And it's a dance, right? So you're moving in and out of both worlds, right? So you really are feeling like you can, you know, you go in and out of, when you're able to do both. Let's do the blue here. I don't know if you can see this now, but I wish I had a red pen. I don't. This is what we're talking about, the reddening. This is this kind of love. You weave in it, you live in both worlds simultaneously. Your outer love, your inner sanctums, your self-inquiry, you know, who you are. This is now yourself. Now you can do self and other is anybody else, right? Anybody else. Now, you've connected with yourself, this is yourself. Remember, this is self and psyche or soul, or we called it large self, right? The large S, small s. This is now anybody else, any other in the world. You build that trust. You reestablish that trust first on the inside. Then you will fall in love with everybody. And the new neuroscience and positive psychology is talking about, and the physiology and the biochemists are also backing this up, that you can pick micro moments. Well, now you're bringing this love to everyone. You have these moments of bringing warmth and love and seeing people and feeling connected and bringing positive emotions of love and joy and gratitude and faith in yourself, trust in the world, hope, all those positive things. You bring those to the village, it changes everything. So you're dialed in with them, looking at my notes, you're doing self and other because you're interested now in what we call the self-inquiry process. I mean, if you haven't done self-inquiry is really just what we've been talking about this whole time. I mean, I'm taking you down that rabbit hole of self-inquiry, but it becomes an ongoing, sustainable practice. That's why you do the morning rituals. That's why you do the meditation, you do the run and the yoga and the meditation, or whatever your combination is. If you haven't downloaded the Fulfillment Pyramid, come on, people. We're doing some different iterations of it. So if you haven't already, great, because it's got a little schedule now, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all the way through the week. Anyway, have a look. The thing about this is that you're not trying to be love. You now are love here. You just are love itself. You're these three kinds of love, for sure. But you know it, and it's okay that people are behaving badly. You know, you might object, you might put your foot down, you might say, please stop. But you're not eviscerated by so much of what goes on in the world most of the time. Will you respond and engage? Absolutely. So it's not black and white again. It's the reddening of both and more. And when you are love, you have this level of acceptance, you have this warmth, you have this presence, you have this beautiful okayness with, there's joy and sorrow in the world, for sure. And we still have to create that meaningful life of depth, of that kind of deep, the depth and the breadth and the height and the presence of you coming out. And like I said in the last video, all you want to do is serve the world. Your whole life then just becomes, how can I serve? Your whole being just becomes ways in which you can serve the world. Anybody, with the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, your lover, your friend, your in-laws, whoever it is, it's a kind of, when everything's going well and you're doing, you're sleeping well. This is why I want you to sleep well. This is why in the second part, we talked about sleep. You have to, we talked about it in the body in the first part. You need to get sleep because I want you to access this inner teacher that you have, this wise one. My teacher called him that part of us, the ancient one. So there's our deep dive for our three hearts, and we're going to do one more video here on just tying this all together for the slope of self-care, because we've done the body, we've done the mind, and we've done the heart, and now I want to stitch it. You'll see we're going to have one more talk how we're going to bring all these pieces together, and I'm excited if you'll join me, and I look forward to seeing you then. I may even be back from the cottage. Bye for now.